Well, it's Wednesday afternoon on our third day at Grenville, and I'm sat here with my mate Dan that I invited with me because he's a regular down here, knows the ropes so to speak. He's got a couple of really big fish this year using the Super K, and Dan's a rare commodity in these days. You know, he don't move bait companies. He's been with us pretty much since the start, hasn't you, Dan?
Oh yeah.
How long was that? That's years now, 6, 7 years, isn't it?
Yeah, at least I would say, Mark.
And up to, what was it, last year, you were a T1 man, weren't you?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, T1, you couldn't fault it, you know?
Yeah.
Best bait going, for me, definitely, the T.
Okay, and then you were coming on here, and I managed to convince you to make a change, didn't I?
You did?
Because we've got another bait now, and it's called the Super K. It's been out for a couple of years now. We've done all sorts of exhaustive testing with it, and one of the things I noticed was that it, for me anyway, caught a lot more big fish than you know, in a short space of time than out on the T1. Although the T1, you know, don't owe me a penny, as I've said before, but I just couldn't help noticing the amount of big fish that were getting caught on that K. I used it extensively myself on Savay. Got a lot of fish, and it was the recaptures of these biggies as well, which kind of which told me, you know, there was something to it. So I suggested you give it a go, and what happened?
Yeah, well, I picked a few selective swims that people wouldn't be
Busting to get into.
That's right, yeah. That you know you had half a chance when you got a chance to have a visit that you could get into. And I thought, right, I'm going to try and sort myself out a bit of a plan and put a bit of the bait in, sort of trickle it in every session. I come down here, 5k, maybe a little bit more, you know, just out with a stick, scattering, bit of spotting, but and trying to sort of move about but keep away from the popular swims, just so I knew I had my own
your bankers
sort of,
to
that's right, my own
on.
areas, and just introducing the bait, and yeah, it's, you know, it seems to have paid off.
So then the first fish came in October.
Yeah, it certainly did. Peg 29, I'd been concentrating a fair bit of time in there, and it was the first time that I'd actually seen fish in that swim, and yeah, I mean, what more can I say? Off it went, £37. You know, I mean, it's,
yeah, which is a bigger
£37 for your first fish out of Grenville. You know, it took me a while to get the confidence with the K, to be honest.
It's tricky when you start on a new bait, isn't it?
Definitely, I mean,
especially after you've had all those fish on the T1.
On the T, you know, I just wouldn't have changed. I just wouldn't have. But coming onto a water like Grenville with big fish, and yourself like persuading me to go over at Water K,
yeah,
you know, I sort of listened and took your advice, and it's certainly, you know,
because I wouldn't have said it if I didn't know you were targeting big fish. If I just thought you was after bites, then I wouldn't have really bothered you. I just left you alone. But you know, I thought the K would be the one for here.
Yeah.
And tell us what happened then.
Well, that was my first fish, the 37, and then I mean, I'm used to fishing more the winter time, to be honest, than
But just work commitments and that, yeah.
Yeah, work commitments, and through the fact of people being on the banks.
Like a bit of quiet time.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it gives the fish less lines in the water. You know, I think you're edging your bets if you can get here at the quieter times. And January, I forget the actual date, but it was just after Christmas, really. I couldn't get down here for the new year, but that had a bit of a barbie and a social. But I think I'll come down after the festive sort of period as such. And what more can I say? 45 too.
That'd do, wouldn't it?
just a little bit, mate. Yeah.
The January 40 is a rare beast, isn't it? You know.
Oh, definitely.
You know, I feel privileged to have had one myself, and I think any man that can,
It's it's what dreams are made of, mate. I was convinced then that the K, that's what I'd use.
Yeah, and it was a nice cold water result as well. There's not many kind of all season products that you just carry on using through the winter time and feel confident in, is there? But and then the story continues.
Oh, definitely.
The next fish.
Yeah.
You plugged away. You fished through February, did you?
I did. I've done a bit through February, and then
March came along.
I had a little bit of a break. I think I couldn't get back. I normally try to fish it on a weekly basis if I can, but work commitments, it normally works out a fortnight, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But I come back, and for some unknown reason, I just fancied a bit of easy fishing and a bit of a social. A couple of my mates were fishing in peg 6 and 4, I think it was, and I thought, no, peg 3 looks about right, looks fine for a bite, and once again, just fishing like you do, just the old throwing stick, the old bait out there again, and I just couldn't believe it. I mean, what more can you say? Off it went, 7:30 in the morning, missed, couldn't see. I thought I'll set the alarm and I'll get up, and I think it was like 5 in the morning, and it was just missed, couldn't see a thing.
Yeah, you like that, you can't.
Yeah. Couldn't see a hand in front of your face, so I thought, right, that's it, back to bed. Got my head down, and the body clock, because like 7 o'clock you're up, normally I'm at work and one thing, I woke up at 7, and sort of looked out, I thought, well, it's clearing a little bit now, sort of thing. I mean, weren't expecting anything, to be honest, and then off it went. One more, £45. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe. I mean, you can make all the stories you want. It just seems
it's unreal, isn't it?
It is. I mean, to me, it still doesn't sink in, Mark, because like the 45.2, that was it to me. Everything just, because I go to France, catch big fish, and you spend a lot of money going to France, a lot of bait, everything, and your goal, your ambition and the drive is to go to France, catch these big fish. But never did I think, England.
245s on the bounce.
245s on the bounce.
Both in cold water.
Exactly.
Very cold water,
I mean, you see the superstars out there and the full timers, but me, fish when I can, get here when I can, and just try and be a little bit different and do things that I feel comfortable with. And 245s.
Catch them on your own terms, mate. That's the way I put it. There's something in that K. People. I've had arguments with people. They said you can't make a bait big fish selective, and it's just not possible. But the proof's in the pudding, isn't it, mate?
Oh, definitely.
Both with your own results, other customers' results, your results. It just keeps up turning up whackers, doesn't it? And I think I've been fishing for. I've been targeting carp for 25 years. You've been targeting carp for how long? 25, 30 years. Big carp.
Yeah.
And we've had our fair share of 20s and and doubles and that, and I just think it's one for the mature angler, isn't it? Who's not worried about getting every bite there is to be got, because I don't think the K's the one for that, is it?
Doesn't
if you're on a campaign and you can put a bit in, and you can be patient, you're going to get the big payday, ain't you? You're going to get the big payday. You're going to get the big target fish, and I think that's unusual nowadays. There's not many products that do that, is there?
You're the man. I mean, it's beyond me really. You can be selective regarding baits, because I'm far from a bait man, but the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
as I've said, the T1, you couldn't have changed me, but you're persuading, and I listened, and your advice and sound advice.
Well, because the thing is, if you're coming on here and there's over 900, there's probably 1,000 fish in here. Do you want to catch all of them?
No,
Not really.
No.
No.
Got to be honest.
You're not here.
No,
you're not here for the little fellas, are you?
No, don't get me wrong. It's a nice place to come and fish and the social and everything. But I'm here for the big fish.
Yeah.
And that's what I asked you. And you know, you gave me your advice, and I listened, and you know, it's worked. It really has worked. And what else can I, you know?
There's nothing left to say, mate. Is there?
There isn't, to be honest. It's hard to believe, but the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, I mean, for me, you're a long-term angler, an experienced angler. You don't fish full time. You fish when you can, and you fish how you can. You know, given the circumstances, and you're the sort of person we're all about helping out. You know, the Baitcraft products are designed for guys like you who ain't got a problem with giving me a few quid for a bit of decent bait. You know, and you know, I try when I'm you know, giving you the product to steer you in the right direction based on my experience of it, and we don't have an army of field testers. The bulk of the field testing gets done by me and a handful. You know, you might be someone that I'll give something to have a look at. You know, but it's just about, you know, giving people the right product for what they want to achieve at the right money. And it'll always be that way, you know. We're not here to take over the world, you know, in terms of fishing or the size of the company or anything like that. You know, I have to earn a living out of it, so I have to charge money for it.
Of course.
But it is what it is, you know. And we don't. I'd never, you know, give anyone a bum steer or sell them anything that I wouldn't be totally happy to use myself. You know, the bait I'm using now is the K. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same gear that I give you. You know, you went to the back of the van, got your gear out. It's the same gear. We use the same gear. There's not one for me and one for field testers and one for the elite and one for this and one for that. It's all the same, and it's 100% genuine. You know, you can't buy better bait.
That's right. It's no differential or anything. Quality's very, very hard to find, I think, and you only get out of things in life what you put into it. And it takes a lot of work, you know, and to succeed, it's all about, what's the word I'm looking for? Dedication. Yeah. 110% dedication, and that's the only way that you'll get rewards for what you do.
Yeah.
And you know, it says it all, doesn't it, mate, really?
Well, I mean, we're not some sort of sharp-suited goofball marketing machine, are we? That wants to brain people into thinking they're idiots if they don't use our gear. Do you know what I mean? You work hard at what you do, I work hard at what I do, and you've niched yourself at what you do. You're a specialist at what you do, and I am, and we're not interested in what the masses want to do.
Exactly. He's getting it right, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, exactly.
He's getting it right.
Just interested in all I'm interested in is quality, the right products, you know, to help people achieve the goals that they set out to, and you know, and you're a shining example of that, and I hope it continues forever, mate. You know, it's been brilliant seeing you succeed. You know, that's what really. That's, you know, I'm never going to be a millionaire at this because the gear costs too much, you know, and there's only there's a certain price point we'll never get beyond, you know, because there's too many people in the marketplace. But I don't really do it for that.
No,
I do it to see people like yourself and myself catch the fish we want to catch, you know.
That's it. I mean, I'm never going to be the world's best angler, you know, far from it. But you know, we do what we do, and we have a try. We give it our best. We give it 110%, and you know, you try and you work at it, and you only get results from what you do.
Yeah.
In life, you know, what you put into it is what you get out of it, and
that's it, right?
You know, yeah, I can only thank you for that.
That's all right, mate.
Yeah, no,
thank you, mate.
Know.
Thank you. You know, you don't owe me nothing. You know.